Okay, got it. Cool. Well, Dex, thank you for joining me all across the universe and the Superman DC premiere. You're like one of the few people that attended the actual
Yeah,
premiere with actual artists and James Gunn as well. So you're one of the few people I actually showed people in Bulgaria that you had a picture with James Gunn, and then you gotta send me the picture with the Superman T-shirt so I can put it on a thumbnail.
oh, definitely. Hold on. I actually got the cape from the event.
So how that whole thing? How did that happen? How did you find out about the premiere? Because I saw you in video reels and stories of other Instagrammers and YouTubers. Can you spread more? A little bit more.
I'll show it a little bit
Okay,
more.
yeah,
Whoops, upside
yeah.
down. There you go.
Nice. Nice. So, how did that whole thing came about? How did you find out about it? How did you end up being there? Because you're like one of the first 8 or 10 people. I saw you. One of the girls was filming the line for Instagram, and everybody was waving, and you were there as well. You're like the seventh or eighth person.
Yeah, I actually found out through Instagram, and they said they were going to do a world tour, and it was actually first in Manila and then around everywhere. And then July 7th is when they said they were going to be in LA. So I was like, huh, I wonder how they're going to do this. So
So, mhm,
I scrolled one day on there's a website called One Yoda.
mhm.
So that's a really good site to use to actually get into premieres and stuff. And then when I saw that, I actually signed up for it, I got a call on Saturday, not a call, but like an email on Saturday that said I was able to go to the premiere, and that's how I got
Did
into the
you
Superman.
expect to get a call, or was it just like, oh, I'll just apply and we'll see what happens?
I actually just thought I was like, oh, I don't think I was gonna get into it because I had a friend of mine that got it Friday, and then I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I'll just it's whatever, it's cool. And Saturday came in, and when they got called in, they emailed me. I was like, oh, sweet. Signed
Nice,
in,
nice.
and I
That's
actually got
nice.
in.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, so it was cool. You know, I showed up early to the event. I actually waited 4 hours. I waited like around 11:30 in the morning till 3 p.m.
Hmm.
And then that's when they let people in, and then they let us since I was kind of a little bit almost to the front. They I was able to go to the one where they were like where the actors and actresses were coming out and the directors.
Did you expect that?
When I got over there,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is probably the spot where you're gonna see James Gunn and everyone else. So I was like, oh, this is cool. So when they came out, I was like surprised. I was like, oh wow. The
So
first
in
people
the
I actually,
beginning, you were just first assuming that, well, I might be able to see some of the people, but then you actually got to meet up with them.
yeah, I got to what
You
I
got the
got
whole
to
main
mostly do is
cast.
just
You got the whole
take
main
a
cast.
photo.
All the villains, the good guys, the director.
I met the villain. I met Lois Lane. I met
Is she
well,
hot?
well definitely yeah, not nice and stuff. And then who else was there? And then there was the people from the commercial from the insurance progressive like insurance. So that was cool.
Yeah.
I what else did I see? Hawk Girl. I got to see Lois Lane, the villain, Lex Luthor.
Didn't Hawkgirl used to star in her own TV series or a DC Hawkgirl movie or something like that? Because I think I've seen her before somewhere.
I think she was in something like Dora the Explorer.
Uh,
I think So that was cool. I only looked it up. I was like, oh, she did Dora for it. I was like, oh, cool.
Hey, Dora the Explorer, let me take a picture
Oh,
with you.
me.
I'm assuming they were cool and fun, and the whole experience fun. And how long did that last for? Was it the whole day, or was it just the afternoon?
So red carpet started at 5, and
Mm-hmm.
then they got everybody in by 6:50, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's where and they already gave out the tickets beforehand. So I got in, and I was like, they had the cast and the directors go in introduction, telling him thank you everybody for coming, and then we got to see the movie.
Oh yeah, those were your first pictures when you were taking selfies, and then they were giving interviews and getting their photos taken, right?
Yeah, they were getting their photos taken, and then the movie started. I got a chance to see it before. I mean, there's probably before other people before that then, but for the premiere, I
Like
this was a
I think they did it
first.
like a week ago. Like you saw it a week beforehand, the whole premiere.
Basically saw it like, yeah, it was basically a week. So it started on. So it was like around July 7, was it? Yeah, July 7, and then it came out July the
Here
following
in
Friday afterwards.
here in Bulgaria, they premiered it July 11th, and me and a classmate of mine we saw it not yesterday, but the day before, Thursday, July 17th. Yeah, we did a like a teaser video because we cannot film in the cinema, so we did like a minute of video for that. We'll share our reactions, and while we're waiting for after credit scenes, we shot a few seconds more, and after we finish this episode with you, probably
Hmm.
the next week or so get together with him, and we'll make our review of the film and our um, everything that made impression on us, and our take on it. So the million dollar question, it's not about do you guys have eggs shortage in the States, but did you enjoy the film? And if did you enjoy it like 100%? Was there something missing, or something that have been added, or something that was done in an unfamiliar fashion?
Um, we're allowed to give out spoilers to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, because
not
I will put in the description that if you haven't seen the film, see the film first and then watch the episode.
so basically what happened was the movie was great. I enjoyed the movie. I think the part I didn't really like the most was Superman was getting too much help in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So which is fine. Everything else was fine. The action was great. The Lex Luthor was played a really good. The guy who played Lex Luthor played a really good villain in the movie. So that the expression of his face made it look like the animated series of Superman, the animated series in the 1990s.
90s, yeah, like the Batman 90s, the Warner Bros. Ones, yeah, yeah.
So it gave me that feel. So I was like, well, this is cool. And then they added the dog, which is
That's the
great.
first. That's the first one
Having, having
they did that.
Superman, awesome character. He plays a really good Superman. I was asked to choose between the Superman or Zack Snyder's Superman, and I'm just like, I would say I would say Superman. the Superman.
I really liked the costume design because they did it like the Max Fleischer cartoons from the 40s because it's the classic look. They still have that modern graphics, not only the logo but just the design of the suit with those lines, kind of like trimming and slimming his torso. It was pretty cool. I like that it looked like a costume made from natural fabric, something that you can find and sew it on your own. Especially the pants, because you know how it is. Every Superman character they have that discussion: should we keep the pants or not?
Yeah, I actually before the movie they had the costume design. They showed every
Hmm.
costume of like the characters before you go in, and I got to
Oh,
see
nice!
Superman.
So you got to see designs that were not included in the film, and like a limited amount of people saw him
Saw
design
the
wise.
Superman
Yeah.
costume, Lex Luthor, Green Lantern, Hawk Girl,
Nice, nice.
Lois Lane.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, this is actually something for people to watch. I mean, if you haven't if somebody's not certain about the movie, I would say go watch it. It's really a good movie to watch.
My only thing about there's a few things, one or two that I had that made an impression on me. I like the way it was shot. I like the way the characters played their roles, but I think the film should have been at least 2 hours and a half. Because in just 2 hours, I had a feeling they didn't have the time to develop him as much. Because of course, it's a setup for the second and the third film. Each character, hopefully in the future, will get their own movie. So I understand it was just like Avengers Infinity War because, there's a second and third coming, so there was a lot of dialogue, a lot of foreshadowing and setting it, but they kind of needed that because it's a reboot. So, and it's a reboot for the new generation, and in my opinion, it was done okay, but I was expecting something more. I mean, more excitement, because I got more excitement out of the Wolverine and Deadpool than this one. But that's just my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like Deadpool and Wolverine was
It was
overall
pretty
it had
cool.
more entertaining and fun. I think what I did like about another thing that I liked about Superman was
Hmm.
they skipped. You know how like, every movie came to the part where it's like
Hmm.
the beginning of the movie, like when he was a baby and then he got shipped
Yeah,
all the
in
way
this
down.
one you're right in the middle of it. It's like the filmmakers are assuming you know who Superman is, so here you go.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then yeah that was, see that was see that's what I liked, and it felt like you missed a couple. Everybody would know the story, and then you would feel like if you were like season four of it and like episode one to it, where Superman it starts off as Superman getting beat.
It was pretty funny when they chose Bradley Cooper to be his father. It's like, son, you got the hangover. Now you're in a different planet. That was pretty funny. I
Yeah,
mean, I laughed at that.
yeah. So um, yeah, Superman's coming up, and then I know Fantastic Four's coming up. So
Fantastic
yeah,
Four. Let's do it together. Three, two, one. Fantastic Four. Nice, nice. So,
but
how did you get? Did you get the same way into that Netflix event? I was so happy that me and my wife we watched it, the Tudum event. We watched
to
it. Yeah, we watched it on Netflix, and one of the there's one actress, Jackie Tone. She was in that Netflix show. I can't take this anymore, or something like that. I cannot. Oh, she was in Glow as well. Glorious Women of Wrestling. The skinny brunette with the curly hair, the crazy one, the character.
Is this the one with the trying to
Her voice
remember?
is kind of raspy.
That's right. Which movie is
Just
that?
type in Jackie Tone, and I think you. This is she was a co-host.
Give me a second. Let me just
Yeah,
pull.
no
Let me
worries.
actually let me
I
just
like
pull it
your
up.
setup. Are those Funko Pops?
Oh yeah, they're Funko Pops. I collected
Are
a lot,
they
and then
limited edition ones?
my Peacemaker is the limited edition.
We laughed at the Peacemaker scene. Let me see that.
I actually have it right here. I'll
Nice.
take one off. This one's my favorite.
Nice. Damn, that's a full helmet. Is it a G.I. Joe Peacemaker, or what's the subtitle?
Oh, Pop Funko. It's Peacemaker.
But it's
Oh,
what does it say underneath? What's the
it
oh
says
no, it's
Peacemaker.
see from the angle you showed it. I thought it was a
G.I.
Peacemaker version with the closed mouth closed helmet, and I didn't realize it's a classic one. Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. What was her name? Jackie what?
Jackie Tone, Tohn.
American Idol.
Yeah, she was an American
Oh,
Idol.
I think I know what you're talking about. Is that
Yeah,
that one? Is she part? Is she the part of the one where
she
was she at
was
the?
yeah, with Kristen Bell, that TV series. It's not it's a Netflix series with Kristen Bell.
Nobody wants this. Is this
Nobody
the one
was
you're
this,
talking about?
yes. And I said I can't take this anymore. That should be the second season title.
You know, funny story. Funny story.
Mm-hmm.
The Tudum. When I got to the event, I was like, "Why did they call it Tudum?" I was like, and then found out it was the Netflix when
This
it comes in the Tudum, and I was like, "Oh, so that's what Tudum is."
I was thinking because that's something very Eastern European, and in Bulgaria we do that as well. We make sound bites for some actions or the movement or something, just like the 20th century folks we do. And this made sense, and I was thinking, is the American audience going to get it? Because I was it wasn't a to doom sound, but when I was playing Netflix movies, when I heard that sound and all, I was always like in my head, it sounded like to the, and I'm like, okay, so different. It doesn't matter we're in different parts of the world, but people kind of like get the same audio descriptions for movements and pop culture things. So I was like, oh yeah, so that's international as well, because to Doom makes sense to Bulgarians at least. I mean, you don't think about it, but yeah.
Yeah, so it was cool. I got to enjoy Squid Game was one of them.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you're a Squid Game fan, right?
big Squid Game fan. I got
Nice.
to do I actually got to do the last year when they were in the squid. Last year when season 2 was in they did a premiere in LA, but
Nice.
also they had they I competed doing the 3 mile the 3 mile thing, and then you had to pick a
Oh, they
you had
actually
to
made a whole track, and the fans were able to experience the actual thing.
yeah, actually, everybody like got tracksuits. This is the one I have the tracksuit. So they gave us a tracksuit, and then they gave us a number.
At one point, you gotta open a pop culture museum with all the places that you went through and all the cool artifacts and gadgets that you have, because that's pretty cool.
Oh, you talk about the Street Fighter one? Yeah,
Yeah, I mean everything. Because you and I we go back ever since 2009, right? So and I wasn't able to meet up with you in 2018 when I came to the States, but you're one of the few people besides the few families that I've lived with that we keep in touch on a regular basis, and through you I'm able to get a visual update of how things are in the States, what the people are care about, and how their lives are going, and pop culture and Hollywood and movies and that. So that's pretty cool, and I'm living in it vicariously through you. And every time you go somewhere, because you've done San Diego Comic Con twice at least, right?
yeah,
Right. Yeah, and I wasn't. I mean, I was happy that I was able to attend the local comic book conventions in LA, but Comic Con is like it's not a big deal. It's the biggest deal in comic book conventions, and
but yeah. San Diego Comic Con's coming up next week.
nice. Are you going or no?
I'm actually going, but I'm mostly doing most of that stuff outside.
Mm-hmm.
They have like an outside. If you happen to go to San Diego Comic Con, they do have some free stuff to do outside. You can do activations. You can do stuff like Adult Swim. You can go to Adult Swim experience. You can go to you can go to you can go to FX.
So you're not constrained to just with the convention stuff happening in the building. You can do other companies as well in other locations in the city.
Yeah. So outside is very like inside is like I said, I like throughout the years I like going inside. I like going inside,
Mhm.
seeing stuff. They have like the toys that are out. I usually go out over there to just to buy stuff. I don't go to panels, but I might be attending the robot chicken toy.
Do you enjoy panels or no? Or it's
I
just
do have
you don't go to them regularly?
I love panels. When it comes to Comic Con, I think what I try to do the most
Mm-hmm.
because I try to collect a lot of swag,
Mm-hmm.
whatever stuff that they give out.
A
I was
swag
given
bag.
I
That's
swag bag.
one of the new terms that I learned when I was watching Joe Rogan. The guy that did Donnie Brasco undercover job. He was like, "I got you a Donnie Brasco swag bag," and I'm like, "I guess
Swag
that's."
bag. I go at it like I'll find something. I want to go for like t-shirts, like free t-shirts or stuff,
Mhm.
and it's cool. They got t-shirts and I would do photos and then
I
I
think
see and
t-shirts is like the least that I can do. Yeah,
yeah.
t-shirt should be just the base norm.
T-shirts are always. I always love to wear something because I most of the times when I wear a t-shirt, people they're like, "Oh God, you went to that convention." I was like, "Yeah, damn, I wish I gotten those
Yeah,
t-shirts."
bitch.
Yeah. So I mean, if I had to say, probably like my best swag I got was like a Rick and Morty um clue game.
Oh, nice. Like
I
a
had
board
a
game? Was it a board
yeah, I had
game
a
or?
bound
Mhm.
board game, yeah. So they had this, I had to like bounce through the ladder. So it's like
Damn.
it's basically like playing hot lava with ladder. So some people couldn't do it. I mean, there was only me and my other friend was able to get the thing. It actually, all you do is just lie down and you actually just like you just push yourself to the ladder and all the way up. Some people think it's balance, like going like bouncing, but people do fall off after. You just have to lay down and actually like slide yourself to the end of the ladder.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. So this year's San Diego Comic Con's is interesting. They got a Peacemaker festival. They have a Peacemaker
Peacemaker,
experience going on.
nice, nice. Because of the
They have
second season,
second season of the show,
nice. Mhm.
and then they have King of the Hill. They have King of the Hill experience barbecue. So you get to take a picture of like
I'll
the
send you.
house.
We
The
just did a family barbecue. I'll send you some pictures when we get off the podcast. So yeah, I'll
oh
send
yeah,
you some.
definitely send it over like
Oh, you know what?
so. It,
I've already told you that, but my wife, she already said that to me, and I think I wrote you a message. But whenever you're flying to Eastern Europe or Bulgaria, you know you always have a home and a place to stay. So whenever you visit, just let us know, and
oh yeah,
we'll do a barbecue.
I've been wanting to travel down to Bulgaria and then over there and then see the stuff around and then the comic book store. Get
Comic books are they're still trying to make their own stand, but the culture is slowly but surely developing. But it's more of a cosplay, manga, and anime scene at that point.
yeah,
It would be interesting for you nonetheless. And there is a Greek comic book convention that has. I mean, the comic book culture in Greece is way more developed, and the Greek Comic Con in 2018 they didn't even have. No, they did have. Frank Miller was in Greece, and I
oh
saw
wow,
him in person. Well, I didn't pay 50 or 100 euros, which is like almost the equivalent of 50 or 200 bucks for a signing or a meet and greet. And yeah, I didn't have that money because I got my ticket, the hotel, and the comic book convention ticket. So I was like, I'm getting whatever I paid for. I'm not paying any extra because I mean, it's not. I'm not a big Frank Miller fan, but just the if I can talk to them or shake their hands, it's okay. But I didn't have that inkling to do that.
definitely.
Mm.
Uh, I think you guys had you had a comic convention a while back. Comic
It
convention.
was in the beginning of July, but they had that. I think it started between 2010 and 2012, and it was predominantly cosplay. And they changed the name of the convention. It was, I think it was Annie Venture Cosplay Convention, and then they renamed it Adventure Comic Con or something like that. But it's more of a promotional stuff from the television stations, the Nestle advertising their coffee and all that stuff. And we have some bookstores that have translated American graphic novels. Some of them are way overpriced because the equivalent that one store was charging for Spider-Man Noir was almost like $98 for a hardcover book. And Spider-Man
Oh,
Noir will be big when they put the Nick Cage TV series, but at that point it's not something that, I mean, even you in the States wouldn't spend $100 for a regular hardcover graphic novel, which is not that thick. It's just 7 or 8 issues.
damn. I so I heard so the more I don't know if the Mortal Kombat 2
Yeah,
trailer
it
showed.
hit. It hit. We got it. We got the teaser with Johnny Cage and the regular trailer. So I've seen it. So, what are your impressions about it?
I'm surprised this movie the action of the movie sounds really good. I was surprised that they brought in like a third Shao Kahn. You got Katana. You got Johnny Cage.
You got Raiden as well. Do you
Yeah,
remember the Christophe Lambert Raiden from the 90s? the
Yeah,
French
the
actor.
first the first Mortal Kombat movie when they redid it.
The
It
second one was
I
trash. Second one was pretty
Yeah,
trash.
the movie was so the only movie I would say the most that I feel like the best Mortal Kombat movie was the first Mortal Kombat. So that one was cool. But
That's
when
pretty
Mortal
cool.
Kombat 2 came in and then they just killed off Johnny Cage and then everything else it was just weird. I was like,
I mean, it was not just budgeting. We don't have the budget to keep him. We'll just kill him. And actually, yeah, they did kill. I forgot when you mentioned it. That's how I realized. I'll after we finish, I'll download it and watch it for cringe purposes, just in case. But just for shits and giggles. And when you
and
mentioned Snyder, I downloaded Batman v Superman because I know about the Justice League cut and I've seen it and I liked it, but I didn't know that he had Batman v Superman director's cut as well, which is like only half an hour longer. But
yeah, I
they
remember that scene.
said, yeah,
He got his hair cut, and I was like, why is Raiden have a haircut? I was like, oh,
yeah. And
hey,
it was the
what's
guy
up?
from the Sex in the City and North Shore. Yeah, it's like new style, something. Yeah, they even showed it in the trailer how he switches.
And then, the new one, so the one came out like a
Hmm.
few years ago, the last Mortal Kombat movie, and that one was bad. I didn't really
First
I didn't
one, yeah, I like the Scorpion storyline,
like.
but um, that character, the with the police baton and the body armor, I think it was a combinations of characters that didn't make it in the first arcade, but it looked pretty phony as opposed to having a classic character enter. And I think they're bringing the classic characters now, more of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more of them. So the new one, I feel like they actually took a long time to make Mortal Kombat 2 because they know they wanted to be something special. But can Mortal Kombat 2 be better than the last one?
In
I don't
rare
know.
cases, when it's done really good, for example, Back to the Future, it doesn't necessarily have to, like, when you make it, to aim to make the first one seem as trash or make it look worse, but just build it up and develop it and just do it for the people that really care about it. And that being said, if they want to make a good movie, it has to be a good script, not something that was written fast and in the last moment. So, or made by a diehard fan who actually knows the core material, the source material.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually I'm just hoping that I might I'm hoping I can attend the premiere for the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. So cross my
Nice.
fingers.
Are they
That
are they going to do it? And I'm assuming that it will be in LA as well.
LA, yeah.
Yeah.
If not LA, it'll probably be New York. If it's in New York, probably it'd be different. So
Do you have like friends, classmates in New York? Cause it's like a 4 hour flight, but if you do it all by yourself, if you go with friends, it will be more fun. I mean,
yeah, it's more
if I was there, we would have went there. Yeah,
yeah. No, I never done like solo travel. I've been going with like people. I go with my mom. I go with my friends. I would
nice.
travel with my friends, and
Because in that way you can share the experience with the people you care about and you love, and it's always better than having to retell everything. And sometimes when you share a story to three people, you're just tired of repeating the whole thing over again.
yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is happening over here, and then we're having sun. I don't know if you saw the show The Bears.
No, I haven't.
Oh, FX.
What is about?
Basically, it's just a guy cooking, and then basically they're all in the kitchen, and then selling sandwiches, and they're like, oh, like they're like stressed out. It makes it realistic how the kitchen work, how people work behind the kitchen. Like,
Uh
yes, chef, yes. It's like I need the order right now, and then the intensity of it. That's what I saw in the movie. I was like, wow. I mean, it reminds you of like Hell's Kitchen, basically.
Yeah, we have that. We have the Bulgarian version of it. Well, they brought a franchise, but it's like ethnically Bulgarian with all the like. It's even though it's a licensed American format. It's pretty Bulgarianized here in his kitchen.
Oh, and then
They
they have
call it. This is how Hell's Kitchen sounds in Bulgarian.
Bulgaria
Кухнята на ада.
a lot of.
Lada. That's a Russian car when you said that. Have you heard about Lada?
Oh,
Leda. It's a Volvo and Fiat stolen concept, and they made a Lada.
lot
Yeah.
of. And then let's see what else is coming up. No, I mean, I might do solo. I might do a solo. Well, actually, not really just solo travel because I'm gonna meet up with another friend. PAX
Mhm.
West for video games. We don't have a E3. We don't have a E3 anymore here in
Oh
LA
yeah.
anymore.
When I was a student in 2003, when I was in high school, there were computer magazines, video game magazines. They were, if not sending, at least writing about the event and posting pictures. So this is how backwards compatible it was back there. I learned about E3 through paper analog magazines and articles. So yeah, that was a big deal. That was a big deal. It was something that was very interesting and people were participating in it. It was bigger than Comic Con as well.
Oh yeah, I do remember. I do remember it. I remember my brother like actually like he would get the game magazine, the Nintendo game magazines, and I would read it, and then I would see pictures like, what's this? I've never seen people like play, like go
Yeah.
in person to play,
Right.
and then they had like a, and then people dressed up in costumes to
Like
make it
grown
look.
ass people in here when I was a student, it's like video games are childish, they're for children. Comic books are for children. What are
So
you, dumb? And then I see that it's like it's $1 million industry and people are dressing up and even cosplaying back then. Yeah.
never. So I got a chance. My first time going to E3 was through Xbox. Xbox was doing a fan fest,
The
and
360, Xbox 360, or
I
some.
think it was Xbox One Xbox One at the time.
Not Xbox One, not the first one, but the one that the next generation Xbox.
The next
That's
generation afterwards, yeah,
yeah,
they were introducing Cuphead and
nice,
Gears of War.
nice,
Um,
nice.
so it was cool. I mean, like I said, like I said, they made everybody camp out to see to actually sign up the next day and then go to the press conference, and then they threw a little party. They had they had chicks dressed up as Laura Croft and served ice cream, and I was
Nice,
like,
nice. That's pretty nice.
so that was cool. And and they had rock band, they had all that stuff, driving, they have driving also. And then I was like, this is cool. And then
Nice.
they said, oh, hey, by the way, you're all going to E3. And then that's how I
Whoa,
got into E3.
that must have been amazing when you found out about it.
I was like, oh my god, it's my dream come true when I was a little. So I went there. I wasn't like the people because I know it was basically for like people with business, but the people from Xbox got to experience it, and I was different from the people from business. I horsed around a Guitar Hero. I
Yeah, it was pretty big at that time.
Yeah, we got everybody playing, but I was dancing around. And then they had Street Fighter 5.
Nice.
Um, what else was there? Fallout. I'm trying to
After the
remember.
first season and then the second one, that have they played it yet, or is it still upcoming, the Fallout series?
The Fallout series.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
Which Fallout was at that time? What was it? New Vegas or three?
The time I got into the E3 was four,
Four. Got it.
and then I did go to the Bethesda showcase
Hmm.
3 years later, 2017, when they announced Fallout 76, which was I
That
thought I
didn't
would.
do pretty well, I
It
think.
didn't do so well. I was happy about it, but then again, when I played it, I was like, "What am I doing?"
So
I
what was
was
what was the thing? What was the main difference that didn't allow Fallout 76 to become successful? Was it glitchy or was it
It
online
was
based?
glitchy. It was glitchy. It was glitchy first, and then there was no real story.
Mm.
They didn't have like stuff like because 404 had a story.
Mm-hmm.
76 didn't have a story until they implemented this like a year later to story. But I stopped playing afterwards. I stopped playing. I was like, oh man, this was cool.
That's
I mean,
one
but
of the
I rather play Fallout 4 than Fallout 76.
just like one of the things people say back in the days, games came already finished and done, that you didn't have to wait for patching and DLCs and all that stuff. You got the game and you played it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. I was excited maybe for the first hour, but the second hour, I was roaming around the map. I was like, what am I supposed to do? And then I get into fights with other
Yeah,
people,
just
just
like
attack
you're
it.
supposed to. So yeah.
I'm, I think you're allowed to attack, but then again, I chose to, but people were more, they thought they trust you, and then you're like, I'm gonna take all, I'm gonna take all your.
Just like
um,
Fortnite when they start looting and stuff.
yeah, looting for it. Uh, Now, so I mean, although the E3 wasn't there this year, I did go to some stuff. They had Summer Game Fest, and then they had IGN Live.
That's
So
still
Summer
in
Game,
LA or a different state?
it's still in LA.
Nice.
So I got to see the games that were coming out. I felt like first time they did Summer Game Fest, they brought in so many good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, because the first time they had it, they had Mortal Kombat 1, and they had what else was there? Jack Nicholson. No, not Jack. It wasn't not Jack Nicholson.
Jack
Nick
Nicklaus.
Nick Nicholas Cage
Ah,
had his
yeah.
own part in the game for Day of Daylight.
He
Uh,
is a comic book fan as well. He has Action Comics #1. He collects comics. He even went to Jeffrey's Comics and got some comic books. I think through his agent or something like that. But he collects Daredevil and has Action Comics #1. And I think his version of the book is worth somewhere about $800,000. So it's pretty much $1 million, close to $1 million.
yeah, yeah, that's yeah. Jack Nicholson's known for going to comic books and then collecting finding a lot of stuff.
Pretty
I
recently, I got Facebook recommends me pages for comic books and fan expos. They made what in one in Tennessee. It was more TV series and musicians. Gene Simmons with Kiss, the whole Kiss band was there. So I like how people are warming up to the idea of comic book conventions and fan expos and TV series, and you can get in touch with your favorite actors and pretty much your heroes when you're growing up. So
Yeah,
that's pretty cool as well, because they make them like all over all across the states, and there's people that make videos about how they find a video game store and they go and hunt Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo cartridges. So that's pretty cool as well. I enjoy that too.
Yeah, the gaming. So that was cool. I think it was cool. I think they announced the new Resident Evil game.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard about that as well.
I I joked the first time I saw the name. I don't know. This might not be a PG thing, so you know.
No, it weren't censored. No worries about that. So go ahead. Nothing censored here. I'm
Oh, no, it's
about
not.
yeah.
Oh, my I know it was called Resident Evil Requiem, but the first thing that came to my mind was Rectum.
Well, when you said Requiem, Rectum was like right
I was
on
like,
top of my
Resident
mind.
Evil Rectum? I was like, oh, Resident Evil.
The evil, the rectum of evil. Let's make
I
your
was like,
rectum evil.
Requiem. So, I mean, Resident Evil Requiem was the name, but I was
And
like,
Requiem.
oh, Requiem.
Uh, well, it
So,
has the word has a French origin, so no wonder it seems sometimes French written words sound kind of different. So yeah,
yeah,
no.
so I like how the game is set up. The new game is set up. It's basically after the whole new,
Mm.
and now it's 20 years later. It's like they revisit the place, Raccoon City,
They revisit the rectum.
Rectum City.
Nice.
So cool. I did the IGN live. It was cool. We got a chance to play the Nintendo Switch 2 over there.
Nice.
They had Mario Kart.
Did you get a are you a fan of the Switch console? Did you get your own Nintendo too, or are you sticking with the first one? Cuz a lot of people they bought it, they played it, and it said they pretty much said that their first one is doing a good job and are sticking to the first one. Did you have one of those?
Yeah, I actually do have one. It's
Was it stapled? Did you see the articles? People stapling the receipts on the box, and the screen gets
yeah.
punched when
So
yours
yeah,
wasn't with the staples. So nice.
just the first one though. I mean, this is
Mhm.
the old Nintendo Switch I have.
Does it work? I assume it works with like the Steam player. You can dock it to a station and play it on a big screen as well.
Yeah, you can stock it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is the first one that I'm planning to get I'm planning to get Switch 2 probably
Mhm.
like in the winter. I'm hoping there will be more games out. Right now,
Is it backwards compatible or no?
I I think you still can play compatible games like old school like
Hmm.
the old Switch games
Yeah.
because I think they let you go because I downloaded some games on here
Hmm.
and then they have a library that you can download it on the Switch too.
Yeah.
I'm just scared about
In
getting.
Europe, you can download them from Pirate Bay.
I'm afraid about the Switch too because a lot of people started like hearing things. I don't do the modding
Oh,
stuff or anything.
you know
But
what? That's
like,
actually pretty wise. Most of the people got the first batches they might have some factory defects. So yeah, if I mean waiting
like
until the
people,
winter is pretty. It's actually a good move. Yeah,
yeah.
price will drop a
So,
little bit.
so now what they do now is you so now what they do is like if you but you I'll get that late. I'll get it. But yeah, no, it people. I had friends who got to experience the game before, like
Hmm.
the Switch 2 before because they had an experience over there and they tried to like. I think they were trying to like bend. My friend was trying to they let my friend bend the Switch 2.
To see if it withstands bending or
Yeah,
mhm. So did he break it?
no.
No.
So I was just like, huh.
Cool.
And then
Well. Mhm.
what else happened? No, but that was cool. I mean, got to play Switch too, and then most of the time I was trying to get swag, and I got
Mhm.
like my first days were mostly a lot of T-shirts, and then the
Mhm.
second days were action figures.
Nice.
I
Do you
I got
have
a big.
any comic books that you're reading recently, or some new favorites?
I have a lot of comic books here. I mean, they're all like under here. I have
No, no,
like a lot of.
you don't have to. You don't have to take them out. I'm just asking. What are
You
you
want, you like,
currently reading?
I would say, well, right now, I mean, I just revisited like Marvel Civil War.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
was
that's pretty
probably
cool.
that was my favorite. That was my favorite comic series, where they go against each other and stuff, and then
I really
kept,
enjoyed Secret Wars, and we'll see how that they'll if they'll botch the Secret Wars story arc when they make the film. But I wasn't I wasn't happy with the way they put in the Secret Wars in the Nick Fury TV series, and it felt just like a low budget cop out.
yeah.
I didn't like
So
that at all because Secret Wars was pretty interesting, and Deadpool had a few issues. They were I was cracking up laughing. Deadpool was amazing in Secret Wars.
you want to see what I got from beating somebody in trivia?
Hell's in Serbia. That's right above Bulgaria.
Here we go.
Damn. Was
Old school Batman,
so
1960.
so you're out bidding a Serbian?
No, no, I beat somebody in trivia.
Trivia. I heard Serbia, and I'm like, wow.
Trivia.
A man of international mystery. Is it heavy? Is it
Yeah, it's a little
what material is it made of?
plastic.
Plastic. Yeah, it looks it's a good sculpture though. Yeah.
Yeah,
What I
and then
did is I'll downloaded the Adam West skin for Arkham Knight and played like the ridiculously purple velour costume, beating people
yeah,
up in Arkham Knight. Yeah.
Argonite.
Yeah. Cool.
So
So
yeah,
I'll let you go because we've been taping for an hour, so it's like how. Let me see. I have the dual time here. It's like 5 in the morning in LA, right? 5:15.
yeah, 5:15.
Yeah, I always have the um on my watches. I always keep a second time, so I'm keeping track of it. So I don't want to keep you up awake anymore. I want you to get some good night or good morning sleep. You'll be able to get some sleep, right? Cause
I'm always gonna sleep at like 5. I don't go to bed till
yeah,
like.
because I know that's the case with you, and we talked about that earlier. If we're able to catch up, we'll tape an episode. If not, whenever we can get in touch. But I'm always glad when we get to talk and just get things rolling about comics and pop culture and all that stuff because you're pretty knowledgeable and you're like in the pulse of the thing. So yeah, a lot of I mean
Uh,
I and a lot of my friends admire you as well. So
uh,
keep doing what you're doing. And is it a week from now when you're leaving for Comic Con?
yeah, I'm leaving next week for Comic Con.
Yeah, post pictures on Instagram. I'll make sure that that I see him, and I'll use some of the pictures with the James Gunn premiere for thumbnails for this episode, and we'll keep in touch. Let me stop the recording, and
Go
I'll
see
talk.
Superman the movie.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, just put it in front of the lens of the camera so it's just his head.
On.
Now
No cock.
fly. See, that was the most low budget remake of Superman.
Superman. We just made a low budget
Yeah.
Superman. So
In the last few
yeah,
minutes of the podcast, cool. I'm stopping the recording, but I'll be online with you as well.